you.
Hello, Africa, and thank you for joining me for this week's business segment. I am Amelia Martha Nachtimbo, and today we shall dwell in Uganda, a country where there are interesting tax developments. If you'd like to get in touch with a business contact, a friend or relative in Uganda today, chances are high you might use one of the following: Skype, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, or LinkedIn, to mention but a few. But well, for you, it might not be a problem. Your contact will have, in the East African nation, will have to first part with a new excise duty tax introduced by the Ugandan government in order to connect with you. For 11 days now, Ugandans and people living in Uganda have had to part with 200 shillings daily, or $0.05 US, before accessing applications and websites categorized as over-the-top services, in short, OTT. The tax, launched on the 1st of July, is a culmination of President Yoweri Museveni's comments that Ugandans are using social media for gossiping. Though after it was implemented and opposition to the tax grew, he came out to explain that the tax is meant to cover the national budget deficit and to curb the dependence on foreign aid and borrowing. And at the start of June, the parliament passed a budget of a little over 32 trillion shillings, about $8.5 billion US. The budget came with the new taxes, notably on oil, mobile money transactions, and higher charges on tax. And the tax on social media and mobile money have particularly triggered outrage so far because they are paid daily, they are obvious and related in a way. For instance, previously, buying credit from one's mobile money account directly to their phone was free, but now users have to pay a tax for the mobile money transaction, then data charges, and then the new OTT tax to access social media applications and websites. Now, a number of Ugandans and international rights activists have criticized the new taxes, especially one on social media. And now we speak to one, a lawyer and tech entrepreneur who has sued the Ugandan government together with 5 other parties. Silva Kayondo joins me from Kampala. Silva, first of all, the social media tax has been levied on over-the-top or OTT services. How can we best understand this term, Silva?
So the law currently categorizes those services that are being rendered over the traditional internet protocol services. So mainly it encompasses social media sites such as Facebook, Google, Twitter, WhatsApp, Tinder, and that kind of stuff. But of course, others like Google and YouTube are also OTT within the traditional sense, but they are not being categorized in that category, which is a clear business discrimination.
So, Silva, what you're saying is that the taxes should be maintained but taken off the shoulders of the people to the service providers. Is that so?
I mean, precisely, yes, that's the point. I mean, certainly, if they're going to tax OTT companies themselves, then certainly they have to also look at options like Google, because it's one of the most widely used search engines. Then they'll have to look at YouTube as well, which have that. So those can be additional sources of revenue.
Do you actually believe that the Ugandan government can reverse this law? And ultimately, what do you hope to achieve with this lawsuit?
We just hope to quash it. We want to annul it so that it's declared of no legal effect. That's one. But 2, we want court to compel the Uganda Communications Commission to come up with regulation for OTT in Uganda, because beyond the tax, I mean, there are other issues such as quality of standards, consumer protection, data protection, because all those entities take a lot of data.
Silva Kayondo, one of the 6 parties suing the Ugandan government for the new social media tax. And this tax on social media is the first of its kind on the continent, and its opponents fear that it oppresses the freedom of expression. The continent has witnessed many social media shutdowns before, especially during national elections and examinations. Zambia, in the southern part of Africa, is also trying to introduce new laws to clamp down on social media. And just like Uganda, the state communications body in Zambia says the citizens are using social media to post fake news rather than generating revenue. Whereas there might be some truth in this statement, the implementation of these taxes can either promote or clamp down on the lives or the economies of those that hope to generate tax through this. First, leaders have to have a vision and the will to implement national development, and they have to have proper implementation strategies to keep their citizens, or else the citizens will keep bleeding taxes, and yet there will not be any infrastructure and services like healthcare. They will remain in a dilapidated state, and also the leaders have to keep their hands to themselves and not in the state coffers. Now, for the case of Uganda, a section of citizens are heading out to the streets today to protest. And also, parliamentarians have been called back from recess. Maybe a resolution that favors the people can be worked out. And that's it for today's business segment and also for this week's business segment. I'm Amelia Martha Nachtimbo.